Hey, good morning, guys. Thought I'd show you a little progress going on. Well, this is the air duct that the oil cooler mounts to, and I was kind of worried that when I took it apart, I couldn't remember if this was like a rounded part that fit the rounded engine, the rounded engine cover, but it turns out it's not, so that worked out really good for me. So it's going to be really straightforward to do that. I got the coupler in there, and I got it bolted down, and looks pretty square where to come out the hole, you know what I mean. I'll fiddle with getting it exactly positioned where I want it. I've got some new bolts coming. What I've got in there now are 10 millimeter metric studs that are just a little too short because I had to make that spacer plate behind the coupler. So I got some exactly the right length ones coming from McMaster Car, and they're supposed to be anti-vibration something or other, so they won't come out. I'm gonna Loctite them anyway, so that probably won't matter. So it's just locate the. I took a tap and I cleaned out all the threads around the engine, so I just got to locate where there's two holes up here that were used. So what blows my mind, I've got this piece of 3/8 by 16 threads per inch, all thread, and these holes here are 10 millimeter by 1.5 thread. And what blows my mind is that it's the exact same. You can screw them together, and it's not even hard, not loose, not hard. I've run the tap, or actually the die over this, and it threads on perfectly. So that just blew me away. I thought everything was so different. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll cut some short pieces of this all thread and sand them and grind them down to be a point on the end, and I'll put however many I need in there, and then just take a hammer and hammer each spot on this sheet metal cover, and that should give me a little dimple to where I can go around and re-drill it. And yeah, I think that's gonna work good. It doesn't need a whole bunch of bolt holes. Looks like 1, 2, 3, about 5 I think would get me there. Maybe even less. I don't know. But anyway, shouldn't be too hard to do that. Also, I've got now this is a new muffler that I had bought for the Bobcat, and I think what I'm going to do is I'll take it off, and see, some of these engines had the exhaust come right out here. So what I think I'll do is drill and tap 2 bolt holes for 2 studs, and then I'll hog out this for the exhaust, and I'll block this one off. I'll just make a flat plate that abandons this one. Then the exhaust should fit perfectly right like this, and I'll be able to use that again. So yeah, this is the oil. There should be a plug, but I guess the Army had this, and they ran this oil line out and just put a plug out here somewhere, so they could drain it easy. But I'll have to figure out a good plug for that. Possibly, that's nice and close to the outside, so maybe I'll just put a plug on it and let it drain out through the belly pan. That's the way the Bobcat was also, so that should be all right. And then it's pretty much on the home stretch, I think. All right, take care.